Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Work Chat. Today, we're talking about something every high-performing team has, but few people know how to build: psychological safety. This is more than just feeling nice at work. Psychological safety is the foundation of trust, innovation, learning, and honest communication. If your team is quiet in meetings, afraid to ask questions, or hesitant to share mistakes, you don't have a performance problem. You have a safety problem. So in this episode, I'll share 4 essential tips to create psychological safety in your workplace. Whether you're a manager, team member, or someone in between, let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. What is psychological safety? Psychological safety is the belief that you can speak up, take risks, ask questions, admit mistakes, or share ideas without fear of embarrassment, punishment, or rejection. Harvard professor Amy Edmondson popularized this term when she found that the most effective teams weren't the ones that made the fewest mistakes. They were the ones that felt safe to talk about them. And here's the kicker. Google's own study of high-performing teams, Project Aristotle, found that psychological safety was the #1 predictor of team success. So if you want your workplace to thrive, this is where it starts. Now let's dive into the 4 essential tips for creating psychological safety at work. The first tip is simple but powerful. Normalize learning moments, not perfection. When people feel like they'll be judged or punished for messing up, they go silent. They stop trying new things. They hide problems. But when you treat mistakes as learning, people open up. They share more. They grow faster. So next time when you see a mistake happen, try saying things like, "Let's debrief. What worked and what didn't? No shame in this. We're here to learn. What would we try differently next time?" And leaders, this one starts with you. If you admit your own mistakes, you send a powerful message to your team that it's safe to be real here. And that's how innovation starts. Tip number 2, create space for every voice, not just the loudest ones. In meetings, the same 2 or 3 people often speak up. Others stay quiet, not because they don't care, but because they don't feel invited. Here's what to do instead. Rotate who leads agenda items. Ask directly, "What do you think, Alex?" Use anonymous input tools like Slido or Jamboard. Pause and wait. Silence gives quieter folks room to speak. And here's a magic phrase. "I noticed we haven't heard from a few folks. Let's make space for more voices." The goal isn't to force people to talk. It's to show that every perspective is valued. When people feel heard, they start contributing more. They stop holding back. Moving on. Tip number 3 is big, and it separates safe cultures from toxic ones. Respond with curiosity, not judgment. Imagine someone gives feedback or admits an error. If your first reaction is blame, defensiveness, or sarcasm, they'll never speak up again. But if your first response is curiosity, you keep the door open. For example, you can say, "That's interesting. Can you say more about that? Help me understand what led to that decision." "That's a great point. Let's unpack it together." Even when you disagree, stay curious. This shows respect and makes people feel safe being honest, even when it's uncomfortable. Remember, when teams stay curious, problems get solved faster. Why? Because people aren't wasting energy hiding them. And finally, tip number 4, set clear norms for respectful dialogue. Psychological safety doesn't mean people always agree. It means they feel safe to disagree respectfully. Create team norms like no interrupting, assume good intent, debate ideas, not people, one conversation at a time. You can even make it visual. Put these ground rules on a slide, a wall, or your project docs. And leaders, it's your responsibility to reinforce them, live them, and model them. When people see that candor and respect can coexist, they relax. They stop playing politics and start bringing their full selves to work. Let me share a quick real-world story. A project team I coached had great talent, but no one spoke up in meetings. Dead silence. Turns out their manager once shut someone down harshly for challenging a process. After that, everyone zipped their lips. We coached the manager to open meetings with, "I want pushback if something feels off." Praise people for raising concerns, even when he disagreed. Do weekly check-ins asking, "Is there anything I missed or misread this week?" Within a month, engagement shot up. people started surfacing bugs earlier. They caught flaws in the roadmap. Most importantly, they trusted each other more. That's what psychological safety can unlock. All right, let's recap the 4 essential tips for creating psychological safety at work. 1. Normalize learning, not perfection. 2. Create space for every voice. 3. Respond with curiosity, not judgment. And 4. Set clear norms for respectful dialogue. These may sound simple, but they're powerful. When teams feel safe, they take more risks, they speak honestly, they grow faster and together. That's a wrap for today's episode. If this episode got you thinking, hit the like button and share it with your team or your manager. Also, leave us a comment to let us know. What does psychological safety look like or not look like where you work? Don't forget to subscribe for weekly insights on leadership, communication, and workplace growth. Until next time, work smart, lead kindly, and make your team feel safe enough to thrive. See you in the next episode.